Show me what it's like to be circling among...
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I am so glad you're here. I hope that you are having a great day. This is day 10 of 12 days of cleaning and there is so much gross stuff in my kitchen. My name is Michaela and I am trying to deep clean my house before Christmas. And I'm doing it one room and one area at a time, taking 12 days to do it for the 12 days of Christmas. I hope that you get tons of motivation from this. And if you do, be sure to give this video a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. My goal is to motivate you as much as possible and in as many ways as possible. So I try and show all the nitty-gritty details without putting too much fluff in there. I just want you guys to get all the good stuff and none of the fluff. So without further ado, I'm going to start with my table. I'm going to be pulling it apart and cleaning where a leaf should go. I don't actually have a leaf, but if there was one, it would go here. And I just noticed that there's been lots of crumbs and spills down here. This table, we got it recently and we got it used. It was well loved, but we love it as well. I just want to keep taking good care of it. Some of this was from the previous owners. Some of it was from us. So I tried to clean as much as I could at this time.
Until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody else. No one will ever take me, no one will ever take me away from you. I promise.
Next up comes my chairs, and I'm just using some soap and water here. That is an all-purpose cleaner bottle, but I just use soap and water in there. And my kids, I have 2 kids and one on the way, and there is always sticky fingerprints and crumbs and stuff all over these chairs. They're constantly needing a good, thorough deep clean, especially my son's chair, which has a little booster on it. He's always getting crumbs and sticky stuff all over, and especially underneath his chair as well. Underneath the booster and underneath the chair on the floor too.
You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do?
Like I said, I recently got this table and chair set, and we had cleaned it all. Me and my mother-in-law had cleaned it all up whenever I had first put it in my house, but I hadn't really cleaned underneath it since then, and so it definitely needed that again, because this is, like I say, try number 2, and it was just dusty and dirty under there. And if you have kids or you put your feet on your table legs like we do or something like that, you'll know that they just kind of need a clean off here and there more than just a vacuum or a sweep. I've been shopping at Sam's lately and I love these paper plates. They are really sturdy and a lot cheaper than anything else that I had gotten before. So really the only challenge now is trying to figure out how to store them. A couple packs go in my cabinet and a couple packs have to go in my pantry area, but they're well worth the dishes that I saved doing.
World on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do?
Here is another thorough deep clean. I'm pulling out the toothpicks in the kitchen on this day, and I had just done a bunch of baking. My sister and my mom came over and we did a bunch of Christmas baking, and we used this KitchenAid to the max. And you can tell there's flour and just different stuff all kind of stuck in it. And then that crack in the counter there, I'm going to be cleaning that as well. And that is super, super satisfying. Haven't done that in forever, it seems like, and it desperately needed it. So stick around and make sure you see what comes out of that.
I'll be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You said I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you. I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you. Just wanna.
First things first with this, I just made sure to spray it down with that same soap and water, which is basically an all-purpose cleaner, and made sure to let it soak and let any of that flour and stuff get out of there. And I ran this toothpick through there so many times, at least 7 or 8 times. I don't think I even show them all, but it was really rough. This is where I do a lot of my baking, and a lot of different things get kind of shoved in there whenever I wipe down the counters and stuff. So it really needed it. I haven't done this in a while, but it's always super satisfying when I do. Have you guys ever used toothpicks to clean anything? I use them all over my kitchen, and I feel like it was just a trick that I taught myself when I was little and bored.
By the heart, fighting for a season, with sadness fall apart. Tell me not to worry. Tell me to be strong.
This is just a temporary baking stuff holder, those baked goods that we'd made the other day. I don't actually like pink in my kitchen. I don't really use too much pink all around my house. I just only had those containers for the baked goods that I had made, so that's just a temporary basket until we end up eating all those baked goods.
We'll be changing all that's wrong. And baby, hold on. Bring it on. We'll be running the show. Bring it on. Take it all as we go. Bring it on. Let's go. Bring it on. Let's roll the dice. Bring it on tonight.
In case anyone is wondering, I am using a borrowed water distiller to distill some water for my humidifiers. I talked about that when I cleaned out my humidifier before, and I really just want to use distilled water and see if it makes a big difference, and I don't have to clean my humidifiers as much. So my mom let me borrow hers, and I'm super excited. I have done a few batches, and I have yet to try them in the humidifiers, but I'll let you know how that goes in case anyone is wondering.
In the hall, flipping hearts around. We'll be changing all that's wrong. And baby, hold on. Bring it on. We'll be running the show. Bring it on. Take it all as we go. Bring it on. Let's go. Bring it on. Let's roll the dice. Bring it on tonight.
This is a pretty new microwave as well, and we had not pulled off this protective sticker yet, and it was so satisfying to just go ahead and get rid of it and have a clean surface.
Bring it on tonight. Bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on.
This joint may even have been worse than the last one. I don't even know, but I don't even know how it got so gross under here, underneath the microwave and everything that we had over here. I cannot believe that so much stuff came out of there again.
As we go, bring it on, let's go, bring it on, let's roll the dice. Bring it on tonight. Bring it on.
I hope you guys are still with me. I still have so much deep cleaning to do in this kitchen. There is so much grossness built up on different things that I was just looking around and realizing I needed to clean so much stuff in my kitchen. This dish drain, I didn't even feel comfortable putting clean dishes on there anymore. It was so gross, and I honestly have never really just thought about cleaning it. And so there's so many more things. I hope you guys stick around.
Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
I don't really use gloves on a regular basis, but my water is super hot right now, and I knew I needed to be hands-on and be cleaning things and get my hands in the running water, and so I decided to put gloves on so I didn't burn myself, and it worked really well. And the water being hot, I just feel like it gets things cleaner, faster, and it's much more satisfying to have like a steamy kitchen sink when you're cleaning dirty, nasty things.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
I realized that part of the reason my dish drain was so nasty was because it wasn't draining properly, and so I put it up just a little bit on this dish towel thingy. I don't remember what those are called, and so it helps it drain into the sink a little bit better. And now I'm just going to be taking my stove grates off, cleaning with this glass and surface cleaner from the Dollar Tree. And you guys, I don't know if the Dollar Tree actually carries this anymore. I was looking online the other day and I was really sad that I could not find it. Maybe it's because there's a lot of seasonal products. I'll have to look later. But now I'm just scrubbing all that down again. Or not again, but as well with a scrubber full of Dawn dish soap, and that is a scrubbing brush. And then I'm wiping it down with just a plain wet rag and then drying it off as well. I just think this leaves such a super clean, shiny surface, and it gets all of the grease and dirt up as well. Sometimes I use paper towels, sometimes I use a regular towel. It just depends on my mood that day.
You and I can weather any storm. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep.
I'm not going to bore you guys with all 3 of these, but I use that same scrubber to scrub down all 3 of the grates from my stove too.
When we were young, I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling.
I also use that same scrubber to scrub down my teapot, but it just was not getting all that burnt off like speckles of grease and stuff, and so I used Barkeeper's Friend, and it's kind of hard to tell with the first run, but it didn't get everything off, so I did it again and it got everything super clean. But I don't know, maybe it's my lighting, maybe it's my eyes. Obviously I have glasses on, so I didn't get everything the first time, but it definitely came off the second time.
No, you'd agree. Made a reputation for ourselves at age 18. We had the devil on our shoulders telling us what we should do. I wonder if you think about me too. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside.
Can anyone relate with a whole pile of stuff in their kitchen windowsill? Does anyone else use that as a catch-all? If so, what is the most random thing that you put up there that has just stuck around for forever? I would love to know. For me, it's probably that passion fruit pod that's been drying since like a month ago. My husband brought it into me and I'm letting it dry. I don't really know if I'm going to need the seeds or not, but I decided that was probably the way to go. So obviously now I'm cleaning out the sink, making sure all the little food stuff is out, and I'm going to be putting some Barkeeper's Friend in there and scrubbing it out as well. And I'm going to be using a silicone sponge for this. I wouldn't normally use a silicone sponge, to be honest. It's kind of weird feeling and it doesn't really, soak up water and stuff, so it's a little bit harder to use. But people say that it's more sanitary, so I don't know. My son, we were actually just in a store one day, and my son, I had gave it to him to kind of give him something to play with while I was shopping. And he ended up ripping the tag off, and I felt kind of bad, and it was just $1 or something like that. So I went ahead and bought it, and I decided to try it out because I've seen them everywhere. I don't think I would really have bought it if it wasn't for that, but it did work really well. I was kind of surprised. It worked really well for this Barkeeper's Friend. it actually spread it around and it scrubbed it and it cleaned really, really well.
My favorite song is playing in a Broadway bar. Then you walk in and you're all alone, the hottest in the room by far. And you look up and our eyes lock and my heart falls straight out of my chest, baby. Your lips and your sweet smile, let me kiss it till I die. For the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride with me, 'cause you got what I want, oh, and I got what you need. For the rest of our lives, it's gonna be a done deal, just wait and see.
I made sure to rinse everything extremely well as I thought needed, and now I'm just going to be filling up a little bit of water and bleach in my sink and soaking all my sponges and scrapers and different stuff like that so that everything is clean and sanitized. And as I was putting these letters back, one fell, and I was kind of glad it did because that little dude came out of there. That's a little bit disturbing to know that he's been in there and I didn't really know about it. I don't know how long he's been in there.
And God knows that I'm all about it. We're up high, never coming down, baby, just you and I. For the rest of our lives, yes, you and me were meant to be. For the rest of our lives, drop your guard and take a ride with me, 'cause you got what I want, oh, and I got what you need. For the rest of our lives, it's gonna be.
I did clean that little counter next to my sink, but it was super, super glitchy, and I feel so bad whenever I accidentally get a glitchy video, and so I just decided to cut it out. You guys are seeing so much cleaning going on anyways, and it pretty much just went like this one. So, and I'm just so sorry that there's any glitchy videos in this. I try and catch them. This time I did almost. And if you guys can't tell, that's one of those scraper things inside of a rag. Instead of a butter knife, I'm using that to get in between my stove and my counter. It worked super well. For this coffee bar, I just dipped a rag in that bleach water since it is white, and I am using it to hopefully clean off some of those coffee stains. And then I used a fresh rag, not the bleach one. I used a fresh one with some cleaning vinegar to get out the deposits and the coffee from my coffee maker. And on the glass itself, I forgot to show this, but on the glass itself, I ended up using a steel wool, and that has always worked so well for me. Just a little bit of Dawn and a steel wool on your coffee pot, and it will get it looking so new looking. So we've had this coffee maker and coffee pot for 5 years since we got married. It was a wedding gift, and it still looks brand new. I forget to clean the machine sometimes, and I honestly meant to put some water and vinegar through this machine a couple times, and I totally forgot about it. But that's something you can do anytime, any day, as long as you're not about to have coffee, and it will get that clean. Just put some vinegar and water through your coffee maker a few times. I like cleaning vinegar. Regular is 5%, and cleaning vinegar is at least 6%, and so I feel like it just has a little more cleaning power.
Suddenly, it's clear to me, you're all I ever wanted, can't you see? Got to follow through in a game for two. It ain't the way I want it, got to follow through. Oh, 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 oh. It ain't the way I want it.
Cleaning off my cabinets is something that I kind of dread doing. Normally I get a bucket and I will put Murphy's oil soap into the bucket with some water and just dip my rag in there. But this time I I don't know if I would call it genius or if it wasn't really the way to go or what, but it was a lot easier. I just put a little bit of the Murphy's oil soap into a spray bottle full of water and sprayed it on, and it worked. To me, in my opinion, it worked just as well, and it was a lot more convenient, so I would definitely recommend that.
Always come back. What if you could throw us back to the very moment when we had our love? Suddenly it's clear to me you're all I ever wanted. Can't you see? Got to follow through in a game for two. It ain't the way I want it. Got to follow.
I'm also going to be getting inside of my trash can cabinet here. The little drawer pull out for the trash can, I would use it if I could, but it's the wrong shape and I don't really want to change the shape. I could just get a different shaped trash can, but I'm too much of a cheapskate and too lazy for that, I guess. So I just keep it in there behind it so that we don't lose it, and if we ever do have a round trash can, we can use it then. I'm just going to be cleaning that out and putting everything back, and then moving on to the floors for now and coming back to this trash.
Say you'll be. Seems like I can't get you off my mind.
So some days I just like to run around with my stick vacuum, just the stick part, and get up all the big chunks and then run the regular vacuum. Some days you just don't feel like sweeping, and this had already been a really long day. Obviously, I had cleaned all the kitchen in one day, and it really desperately needed it, but it took a little bit longer than I expected it to, partly because I am pregnant and partly because there was just so much to do. I obviously couldn't film it all like straight in one take or anything like that. It took me all afternoon, and it was just in bits and pieces. But now I'm going to be pulling out this trash and cleaning off my trash can and then putting it back in there in that new clean out cabinet. I like this cleaner and bleach from Clorox. It smells amazing and it cleans amazing. I just use a wet rag with it, and I try not to get it on my clothes because it will bleach them.
Got to follow through.
I normally get Walmart bags, but on this day I had actually found that these ones from Sam's were a little bit cheaper, and I was glad to notice that they looked and smelled really great, and they acted almost just the same as the ones I was using before. So I was really excited to try those out, and I was really happy that they were pretty much the same as what I'm used to, that I really do like. So if you're looking for a cheaper dupe of the Walmart stretch bags, then that would definitely be this Sam's one. But I was really glad that they worked, because 200 bags is a huge commitment for trash bags if you don't like them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and you got a lot of motivation from it. Here is just a sneak peek from tomorrow's video, and we are almost to the end of the 12 days of cleaning. If this is the first video that you've seen, make sure you go back and watch all of the rest of them as well, and I will see you in the next one.
Can I take you out tonight? Kiss you in the moonlight. There is no place I'd rather be. Come on, girl, we can take my car, drinking some beers in your favorite bar, yeah. You know I can't live without you. You'll make me crazy.